podcast. If you are a new viewer, welcome. This is a podcast primarily about knitting, and if you're interested in crafts and knitting, this might be the place for you. There's a lot of tea, there's a lot of coffee, there's a lot of rambling, and yeah, it's a pretty decent place to be. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you so much for your patience. I've had a little bit of a hiatus for the last few months just to well, mainly partly because of my work schedule. I work in the psychiatry field and I work a lot of night shifts, which is not the easiest thing to yeah, combine with shooting videos and things like that, because ideally you need some daylight for that. What else? Yes, thank you for your patience. Like I said, I've also wanted to take some time to reassess some things and just what I want to do with the podcast, how I want it to be and things like that. And yes, that being said, I'm doing some changes. This video will be a lot shorter than my usual setup, and I'm going to test that out, and if I like it, I might try to shoot some shorter videos so that I can upload things more often for you guys, and hopefully that will all work out well. What else? My name is Elizabeth and I am coming to you from the beautiful city of Bergen, which is located in the western part of Europe and is supposed to be the rainiest city in Europe. Now, that doesn't really sound very charming, but it is a very beautiful city, and in the spring, because of all the rain, it is very, very green, which I love. Also, it is perfect weather for sitting inside, for knitting, for fireplaces and candles and yeah, everything nice. Baked goods and coffee and tea and just, yeah, the way you'd imagined probably. I live in Bergen with my wonderful fiance. That one's new, Christian. Today is January the 18th of, yeah, January the 18th, and that means that it was just exactly 1 week ago that my wonderful wonderful boyfriend, fiance, Christian, proposed to me, and yeah, we're very, very happy and excited, and I got a beautiful ring if you are interested in seeing that. There we go. I got this pretty ring and I'm very very excited, very happy. So the last week has been a lot of trying to figure out how we want things, just trying to plan things out, working on the guest list, looking at venues. My gosh, there's a lot of things to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there and go on to the knitting, and then maybe I'll have a couple of minutes in the end with wedding stuff. There we go. Alright, did I say the get in touch part? I'm not sure if I did. If you want to get in touch with me, I am Salapaloosa Knits on Instagram, Salapaloosa on Ravelry. If you have any questions, collaborations, things like that, feel free to pop me an email at salapaloosanknits@gmail.com. Yes. What else? I'm gonna jump into it. Sorry about this very long and winding intro. I'm gonna do better. Yes. Let's talk about the finished knit along that we have had going in the Ravelry group. I published a series of sock patterns this summer. They were all inspired by the Deathly Hallows, and it was called the Hallow Sock Collection. We had a knit along in the Ravelry group, and I have pulled some prizes and some winners from the thread. One of the wonderful prizes that we have is very generously donated to the podcast from one of the lovely makers behind Maskemalana stitchmakers. Her name is Strikkemamma on Instagram, and she generously got in touch with me and wanted to donate some stitch markers for the knit along, and they are really cute. They're all Harry Potter inspired, and yeah, no, they're gorgeous. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to give the names of the winners at the same time. So let's see here. Alright, for the lovely Nindy Knits on Ravelry, that's her Ravelry handle, you won these beautiful stitch markers inspired by the Black Lake. Look at those. Oh, I love these colours. And these pretties, which are the beautiful flying keys. Just going to put one out of the package to show you. They are so cute. Look at those. We have the beautiful wings and the pretty key. There we go. So you win those two. Congratulations, Nindy Knits. Please get in touch with me so I can have these shipped out to you. The next winner is, let's see, made by Tonya, which I'm so glad that you won. Tonya, she's one of my wonderful test knitters whom I dearly appreciate, so I was very pleased that she won. And you have won, let me just pull it out of the thingy, a set of flying keys stitch markers, but a different type. Look at those. Oh, they are just the cutest. And a set of golden snitch stitch markers, and these are so cool. I genuinely want to keep these for myself. But I'm going to be good and ship them off to you, Tonya. Let's see. I do hope that you will get in touch with me so that I can ship these out to you as soon as possible. Is this focusing at all? There we go. Look at these. Aren't they cool? Love it. They are super cute. Alright, and sorry about the crinkling if it's bothering you. I also know that quite a bit of people love the sound of crinkles, so here's a little extra one for you. Sorry to the ones who hate it. And the last, well, these are all of the stitch markers. Here is the name of the shop, Maskemalana. I will link to all of this in the show notes. They are just so pretty and very cute. So thank you again, Strikkemamma. Thank you so much for donating that beautiful prize. I am very grateful, and they are gorgeous, and congratulations to the winners. The final prize is a yarn sock, which is themed in the Marauders map. We have a Marauders map fabric, and this is by Slip Stitch Studios, and these are brilliant if you like to use a center pulled ball, but you if you know the ball gets all tangled, or you have issues with yarn bath and things like that. This one is really helpful, and also it's the Marauders map fabric, so it's pretty cool. And the winner is Anneliana88. I think that might be you, Magic Loop Anna. Please get in touch and I will get this to you. I'm so glad. Yeah, I'm so glad and grateful that you participated in the knit along, and thank you very much. Yes, that is the knit along. It is officially closed. I'll try to think of something new that we can start knitting together. Before I move into the things I'm working on, I really wanted to take a moment and just talk to you a little bit about the tea I'm drinking. I went to this extremely charming coffee shop the other day, which, if you're from Bergen, you probably know. It's called the Lille Kaffekompaniet. And it's just this incredibly charming, tiny coffee shop. There's you can maybe fit 8 people in there, apart from the staff. I went there with my friend Elin Ingrid. I'll put her link to Instagram below. She is very sweet and takes beautiful pictures. And anyways, I got recommended a tea that was so delicious that I had to bring it home with me. It is by Nicolas Vahe, and it is the green tea with fig and lemon, and the tin is pretty cool too. I don't know if this is a very popular brand. Let me give you a close up there. Popular brand all around Europe, but it is very popular in Scandinavia. So this is very easy to come by, although I've never seen this exact tea before. So it had to come home with me, and I'm so glad I bought it because it's quickly becoming one of my absolute favourites. And yeah, let me know if you have any tea recommendations. I'm always looking for new ones. Okay, let's jump into the knitting. For the last weeks and months, I have primarily been working on some new designs, which I'm very excited about, but they're not quite ready to show you yet, so I'm not going to. If you have a look on my Instagram, you can see a couple of little teaser photos there for you. But yes, I will show you though. Don't worry, I will show you, just not quite yet. What else? Yes, knitting. So what I have been working on, this is, I mean, it's almost funny. This project lives in my Plystre knitwear, Plystre project bag. And the project is, of course, this beauty right here. It is the Redshift shawl by Jared Flood. Now, if this is not your first time watching the podcast, you may know that I started this project around a year ago, and then spring came and I didn't feel like working on it, so I put it down, and I picked it up again right before Christmas. And when I picked it up, I just felt like, okay, if I put this down again, then it's never going to get finished. I need to keep working on it, and I need to prioritize working on it. And so I did. So all through Christmas, this was all that I knit. Everything that I knit on was this shawl, and I really hope it shows, because there is a ridiculous amount of hours behind this knit. So it's a 2-colour shawl, clearly. It's knit out of Brooklyn Tweed shelter. The red one is called Cinnabar, and I want to say Fossil, but that's not it. The slightly yellow one, I'll have to look it up and put it in the show notes, because I'm drawing a blank here. But at least the red one is Cinnabar. And when I picked this shawl up, I fell in love with it all over again, and I remembered why I wanted to knit it so badly and why I loved it so much. And this geometrical print is just everything. I love it. So I finished, this shawl was knit round, knit in the round and then steeked. So I think it was actually on Christmas Eve. Yes, I did the steek on Christmas Eve, which was pretty great. When we got home, oh, Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year! When we got home from Christmas, on Christmas Eve, when I got back home, I decided to, I realised that I had practically done all of the knitting for the main part of the shawl, the colourwork part, and so I decided to finish the rest and just jump into the steek. And so I did. So the middle of the night on Christmas Eve, before Christmas morning, I started steeking this baby, and boy am I glad I did, because it made me really happy. And oops, oh yeah, that was very professional. There you go. And then after the steek, I knit up all of these edges around the shawl, and it doesn't look like much, but dear me, these are a lot of hours of work. And right now I'm working on the last edge, which is the hypotenuse edging. And yeah, I'm just going to, there's no easy way to explain this, so I'm just going to say it quickly so that it may hurt less, like ripping off a band-aid. In the pattern, which is brilliant, but in the section about the edges, it says, from this point out you knit back and forth. Okay, and then it tells you the different increase rows and whatnot. So I did. Now this entire shawl is stockinette, so I continued knitting the edges in stockinette, which is about 1,000,000 hours of work, because this is stockinette, all of this, that's just one colour. There's a stockinette knit back and forth over about like 600 stitches or something like that, and purling that many stitches, it just takes forever. Now, I'm not happy with that. I wasn't happy with that, but I just wanted to get it done, and I loved the way it looked, so I just kept on going. And then I noticed when I looked over it a couple of weeks ago, because just last week I think, because I put it down for a few weeks after Christmas and then I picked it back up again. And what I noticed is in the description part of the pattern, it says 2-colour shawl knit in the round steek, blah de blah, garter edging. I have not knit a garter edging, I have knit a stockinette edging. Now with a garter edging, the shawl would be sturdier on the edges and would not sort of fold in on itself. So far it doesn't really look that bad. It doesn't look, I have not blocked this, and still it's not really rolling inwards. So I think it's going to be alright, and also I will, you know, wear it sort of around like this anyway, so you probably won't notice if it did roll in on itself. And there is no way that I am undoing all of that just to fix it into a garter edge. I don't care that much. So I'm just keeping it the way it is. It's all stockinette, and for what it's worth, I do think that it sort of blends rather nicely into the rest of the shawl, which is stockinette. So there you go. But you guys, the moment that I saw that word, garter edging, I think my mouth fell open, and I think I probably sat like that for about 2 minutes before I slapped myself out of it. Yeah, but I'm very pleased with the way it's turning out, even though there is a stockinette edging and not a garter edging. So I don't have a lot of knitting left on it. I have to finish the hypotenuse edging, so I'm doing another segment in the lighter colorway here, and then a slight piece of the red, and then I'm binding off, and what's left after that is basically just securing this steek edge to the back. And if you are curious, here's the back. Yeah. There we go. Alright, that is the Redshift shawl by Jared Flood. Maybe I'll have it finished for the next episode. That would be great. Because I really want to knit. No, sorry, I don't want to knit on this. I want it to be finished. It was truly quite interesting to see how much knitting you can get done on one project if you're a monogamous knitter. I am, as you probably know, I have chronic startitis. I am a notorious project knitter. I'm not that much of a process knitter, and yeah, you really do get a lot of stuff done if you keep knitting on one project instead of several ones. So that was, yeah, it was an eye-opener really. I might try that on for size a bit longer, trying to prioritize just one project at the time. We'll see, we'll see. My next project that I have been working on is my Krystall Kofte by Sandnes garn. It's living in this very cute mermaid bag. I really like this bag. These mermaids are so adorable. It is by SewRayMe, which is sewrayme.co.uk. Now, the last episode I showed you, Daisy, the finished bottom of the cardigan, which is like this, and I had just started on the sleeve, and now I am just about to finish the sleeve. It is almost done. I'm probably going to do a few extra rows with some increases, because somehow I managed to mess up the increases, and so I haven't done quite enough of them. So the sleeve is a little bit tight. I did try it on. It works, but it's a little tight. Hopefully that will all work out when it is blocked, and I might even pre-block the sleeves before I attach it to the rest of the cardigan. But I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be very pretty, and I can't wait to have it finished. I was initially thinking that I could finish this before Christmas, but hey, that didn't happen. So yeah, well, I'm okay with that. One sleeve left, and then attaching it, and then, you know, this part goes away. Zooms off, like, it really do zooms off the needle, so I'm excited about that. I just have to get another sleeve going. I'm not very happy on Sleeve Island, which makes me not love working on this at the moment, but I'll grab it, I'll start another sleeve, and I'll keep going. Yes. Alright. Like I said, I've been working on a lot of my... Oh, by the way, the yarn, it is Sandnes tynn merino. So it's 100% merino, and it is soft as kittens. Alright, I've been working on a lot of new designs and things like that, and they're not quite ready to be shown yet. I have a lot of other projects that I've been working on just a little bit, but I'm going to keep this episode rather short and sweet, so I'm not going to go into everything at the moment. We'll get back to it in another episode. I wanted to do a small embroidery segment as well, because I absolutely love hand embroidery, and the piece that I have, I think, both started and finished since the last time we talked about this, is the Blossoming Garden pattern. It is by the incredible Tamar, Nahir, Yanai on Instagram. So sorry if that was a completely butchering of the name. She is incredibly talented. I have made 3 of her pieces already, and I could not recommend them any warmer. Absolutely lovely. Yeah, and I'm going to show it to you. Sorry, I got distracted by something on the screen there. This is the Blossoming Garden pattern, or design, I guess you'd say. And I think that it is so pretty, and I really love hanging these in an embroidery hoop. I think that it just, yeah, it works so well in my opinion. So that's what I'm doing with all of my pieces. I put them in embroidery hoops, and yeah, then they are ready to be placed on the wall. I have not finished this entirely. I need to sew the fabric onto the back like this. So just pull a thread through the edges and this sort of what's it called? Sort of, yeah, something. I'll scrunch it together in the back so that this won't happen when it's hanging on the wall. Yeah, but truly I loved making it. I love the diversity of different stitches on it. I do get a little bit bored if it's too much satin stitch, but there was quite a bit of satin stitch, I'm not gonna lie, but there are some spiderweb stitches, and I love the French knots, and quite a bit of lazy daisy stitching, and I do love all of those. So very pleased with that. Do check out her website, her designs are just exquisite. And this is made out of DMC embroidery thread. I bought her kit that came with a beautiful stitch guide, a printed fabric, and DMC embroidery thread, and a needle. So pretty much everything you'd need. You can also buy her kits with an embroidery hoop included, which I did not do because I had some hoops already, but yeah, it's great to know that you have that option if you want to try out embroidery and just don't want to buy any equipment. And yeah, it's just so relaxing. I truly love it. If you've never tried it, I think maybe it's worth a try. It's really, really relaxing. Alright, that's the embroidery. Now, there has been some acquisitions. I've made some acquisitions. That's just, you know, nobody is surprised, I think. Because I've been gone from the podcast for a little while, and acquisitions have been made. I think it would take too long to zoom through them all, so I'm just going to, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to maybe come back to that in another episode. But I do want to talk for a second about something wonderful. One of my lovely, lovely viewers got in touch with me and wanted to send me a little something, and asked me if I liked Madeleine Tosh. And I mean, of course, who doesn't love Madeleine Tosh? And I haven't checked with her to ask if it's okay to share her name on the podcast, so I'm not going to do that, but she knows who she is, and I'm eternally grateful. The package arrived and it was so beautiful. She sent me this beautiful skein of Sea Lion Woman by Madeleine Tosh, which is one of my absolute favourite colourways of Mad Tosh. It is so pretty, and a gorgeous skein of Star Scatter, which is just also, it's so pretty. I'm truly at a loss for words. And this incredible skein of pineapple yarn, it is called Shrimp Cocktail, which is just the perfect name for this skein. It truly is the colour of shrimp, this pink. And I've never tried pineapple yarn, but I always wanted to try them. And that was incredibly generous. But she also sent me this Projectbag by Phoenix Yarn, along with these very cute stitch markers, and it is cacti and green plants. I mean, she really got my number, because, you know, I love flowers, I love cacti, I love plants, and this just, it's my new favourite. I'm so excited about this bag. And these beautiful stitch markers with, let's see, this lovely pin on it. This lovely pin with stitch markers, and a lovely bag of chocolates. And guess what? These are coconut. There's coconut chocolate in this, and I mean, she just, it feels like the person who put this together knows me like nobody else. So I was just absolutely flabbergasted, and I was so shocked and happy and just humbled, and I mean, I'm almost getting a little emotional talking about it, because it truly just made my day, and so incredibly generous. So thank you so dearly from the bottom of my heart. It was also one of the most beautiful packaged gifts I've ever gotten in my life, and I noticed it, and she said, "Oh really, I felt so rushed putting it together," and it was yeah, it did not look rushed. It was just beautiful. Yeah, so thank you from the bottom of my heart once again. I'm so grateful, and it truly, yeah, made my day and my week, really. Okay, I'm going to talk just for a moment about my wedding planning, because I'm so excited about it. Thank you for watching. If you are not at all interested in that, I will not blame you. If you are interested, feel free to hang around for a few minutes. First of all, I've got these very pretty flowers in the frame today because my family has spoiled me rotten with flowers after our engagement. And yeah, this is one of the bouquets that we got sent to us, and it's making me so happy. It even, oh, it smells so good. And that got me thinking, oh my goodness, there's so many things that we need to think about. We've been looking at venues already. We have been looking at the guest list and trying to put up a budget, and there is so much to think about. It's a little bit overwhelming, but also entirely fun and wonderful. We do not want to feel the need or want to have a very long engagement. We could probably get married tomorrow if it weren't for the fact that we do want to have a wedding, and that takes a little bit of planning. And it's already January, so a lot of the venues that we really like, they are already booked throughout this year, and we definitely want to get married this year, and maybe even this summer or this spring. So yeah, it's going to be quite busy and a lot to do. And I've been looking at different bridal salons and the dresses that they carry, and what sort of dress I like and what sort of dress I want. And my gosh, there's so much to think about. It's overwhelming and great at the same time. What else? Yeah, very exciting. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but I get a little, yeah, in this sort of wedding haze when I start thinking about it, because I have a million questions and a million things I need to remember to do. And I've already started keeping a pad on my, and a pen on my nightstand, so I can write things down as they come to mind when I'm trying to fall asleep. But I'm very happy. We're both very happy, so that's great. And what else? Yes, if you have any tips or recommendations in regards to the wedding planning, things like that, things that you appreciated, or things that you wish you'd known before your own wedding, or things that you wish you'd done differently, or anything like that, I'd love to hear from you, because I've never done this before. And if you are Norwegian, please let me know if you have any recommendations in terms of venues in Norway or Scandinavia. We do want to, we were thinking about doing a sort of destination wedding and travelling a little bit, maybe in Spain or something like that, but it is, as we do want to get married rather quickly, if you will, we do not feel like it is worth the hassle of planning it somewhere far away. So we want to do it somewhat local, either Norway or Sweden or Denmark, but other than that we're very open. And yes, do let me know if you have any recommendations. I really appreciate that. yeah, I guess that's about it. Thank you for stopping by, thank you for coming back, thank you for listening to my rambling. It feels good to be back talking to you guys. I will make sure it's not very long until next time, and yeah, Happy New Year, hope you're all well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.